Welcome to the Great Garment Graphics video training series. In this session we are going to create a script with tail using CADWORXlive.com. We will give you a couple options, so take a look at both options and see which one works best for you. Now let's go over to the software. Here we are in CADWORXlive.com. For this session we're going to create a two-color script with tail. First we go to create a design. Once we're in Create a Design, we're going to select New from Template, and it brings up a few sample templates. We're going to double click on Categories, double click on Templates, scroll down and select Script Tails, and for this session we're going to select this middle one here, the Bulldogs. The gray rectangle behind the word Bulldogs represents the color of the shirt. For this session we're going to delete it. And we're going to edit the word Bulldogs. We go to Edit Text. And we'll change the word to Tigers. We're going to add an effect. We're going to make this a two-color job. So go to Contour. And we're going to select the second one. We're going to select Outside. Now notice between the E and the R and also the T, there's some areas there that I want to eliminate for weeding purposes. So I'm going to say no holes, and that'll make it a nice solid background. And say OK. Now we're going to edit the tail, so we're going to go back to Edit Text. We're going to add an effect to it to make it a two-color job. So we're going to select Contour, select the second contour, and we're going to select Outside. I want to change the offset on this a little bit to match the word Tigers. So we're going to change the offset. And to make it the same color combination, we're going to select the red. I want to enlarge the word Tigers here. We're going to do our final editing in a vector cut program. I want the word Tigers to be about the same size as the length of the tail. I'm not being too critical here because we are going to do our final editing in vector cut. So let's go over to vector cut. We'll say open. And now we're in vector cut. So we can see a little bit better. I'm just going to go to View, Objects, and now we're going to do some editing here. So we're going to go, this is our foreground. I'm going to move that tail up a little bit, so 2 spaces up and 2 spaces to the left. And in the word Tigers, I have to do a couple pieces of editing. So I'm going to select the word Tigers, go to Arrange, and I'm going to ungroup all. Select the I and just move it over 1 space. Now between the E and the R, you can see a little bit of a space. I got to correct that, so I'm just moving the R over 1. That looks pretty good. So we're going to go to Select All and Weld. Now we have a one-piece foreground. And we'll do the same for the background. We're just going to select the tail, move it up 2 spaces and over to the left 2 spaces, as we did with the foreground. That looks pretty good. We're going to select all and weld that. There's my foreground, there's the background. And select all. That looks pretty good. You can do some final tuning if you wish. That looks pretty good for this. for this session. We're going to mirror it. I'm going to rotate it so we can add another tigers. And so we're going to go up to copies and add 2. Make it 2, say copy, and now we got our 2 tigers. And the auto weed there, I can turn it on or turn it off. That's your weed border. So I'll go now and select my foreground. I can send that to cutter, change color materials, send to background. If you have any questions about doing script with tail, just give us a call. And play around with it a little bit, and good luck. If you have any comments or suggestions for future videos, please let us know. Also check for a Grey Carmen Graphics seminar in your area.